never owed the IRS.
You know, the only reason why I don't owe the IRS is because I don't spend my money. So even though I ain't know about it, when I found out I had the money.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like...
I did not when I found out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, most people don't got the money when they find out. So, like, since I saved my money, majority of my money, when it came time to get these folk the money, you know, I was like, what? You know, but it was that. But they wasn't even like, what? Because I'm already knowing. But I ain't know, because nobody didn't tell me, period. Your taxes.
Why is that information not so
right, that shit like come with you, a deal.
Yeah.
Almost like counting, you know, when you get this much money, you owe these folk this, because it's like a setup to failure almost. Because like, you learn that in school? I don't know, I dropped out of school. I stopped
Me
going
too.
to school, so I don't know if you learned that.
What grade you dropped out?
About 9th grade, something like that.
Yeah.
I remember accounting class, but I remember saying like, if you make money, you gotta pay the IRS. You know, like, shit like that. So you don't even know. So like, you can't blame nobody for real. You literally don't know.
Man, now I know you're thinking that's fucked up, but I'm gonna tell you something that you probably didn't identify with this video that's even more fucked up than just taxes. Stick around. What up, it's your boy Omega. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. Omega Classic Records is the page and the name. All right, so we talking about taxes. We talking about being self-employed, because that's what you are when you're a rapper. You're self-employed. You're filing a tax style that is self-employed. But a lot of these guys don't know about taxes, don't know that they have to file, and they just aren't equipped with the information. But you want to know something else that I'm going to point out in this video that makes the world of sense out of the entire situation. Why do we have one black man of one generation and another black man of today's generation, and they both have this huge problem in common? Why do they both not know about filing taxes? Joe Budden said it himself. He said he didn't know either. Why is that? I'm gonna tell you why. Because both of these brothers, different generations, different careers in time in hip hop, were both a part of something called the school to prison pipeline. Let me show you something. If you've never heard of it before, school to prison pipeline. Check this book out by an author named Dominique Maruso, I believe. Get your kid this book, read it, make sure that they read it, make sure that they understand what exactly this is. What is the school to prison pipeline? In the United States, the school to prison pipeline, or school to prison link, or AKA schoolhouse to jailhouse track, is the disproportionate tendency of minors and young adults from disadvantaged backgrounds to become incarcerated because of increasingly harsh school and municipal policies. Yeah. Now, Baby has done 2 years in prison. If you did not know that, this guy was locked up when he was 19 years old for drugs and weapons charges. That's why he went to prison. In this video, he actually mentions that he's done time. Now, Joe Budden has been to jail and has, if you listen to his first album, has had drug problems in his family. He'll tell you the Buddens. What did he say in one line? He said the Buddens, we didn't add up to nothing. A lot of drug problems, a lot of pill popping and stuff was going on with Joe. Check out his first album, the self-titled Joe Budden album. Great album, one of my favorite songs on there, 10 minutes. And as for Lil Baby, he's done 2 years in the penitentiary. That man done time from 19, the 2 years to 21, and that was due to the possession of weapons and drugs. So those were his charges. So the school system failed these guys. They didn't know about taxes and about how to pay the IRS, and that was a part of the process. Lil Baby's like, they should put that in the deal. They're not gonna put that in the deal. That has nothing to do with the deal. Paying taxes is on you. It's not on the record label. It's not on your manager. This is why a lot of these guys end up broke. One of the reasons, because they didn't put money to the side and have money waiting so that when it was time to pay the IRS, they had the money to pay them. No, they just were making money and carrying on like, you know, they didn't owe anybody else. Your independent tax filing status. You're gonna pay taxes more than most people, especially in the tax bracket that most rappers find themselves in. You get to a point in the tax bracket where it's about 50% of what you gross. So, but this is not common knowledge. This is knowledge to those who have done their research and due diligence, and also those that have made it at least to the 12th grade and at least have graduated. No, they don't talk about taxes on the GED test. So you got two kids two grown men here that have been failed when they were kids by the education system. All right, let me give you just some quick statistics about the school to prison pipeline. 40% of students expelled from U.S. schools each year are black. 70% of students involved in in-school arrest or referred to law enforcement are black or Latino. 70%. 3.5 times black students are more likely to be suspended than white students. 2 times black and Latino students are twice as likely not to graduate. 68% of males in the state and federal prison do not have high school diplomas. 1 out of every 3 African American males will be incarcerated in this lifetime. Black or Latino versus black or Latino in regards to incarcerated population versus U.S. population is greater in the incarcerated population. 61% versus 30%. So you're telling me that it's more black and Latinos in prison than it is in the U.S. population? Listen to those statistics. Look at that statistic card, the one that says in bold red letters, children being pushed into prison. I too was a byproduct of the school to prison pipeline, going to a little school called Pike High School in Pike Township in Indianapolis, Indiana, where they had a racist principal by the name of Jim Rollins himself that was expelled and demoted for suspending so many minority students. I too, a statistic before he got out the door. And my school too practiced bigotry and racism for many years to come. So what does this mean? Well, it not only means a lot of rappers run into this same problem. It not only means a lot of rappers have no idea that this is a part of the program of the money that they make, but it means that there's going to be a lot more rappers that are confused and without the knowledge about this. This means that this is something that is due to a social system with our schools, with these deprived urban territories where schools don't have the tools to properly educate these kids in these territories. Schools with old textbooks, schools with closing down threats and constantly teachers in and out like revolving doors, schools where sheriffs are patrolling the halls with dogs. Yeah, this is the byproduct of that. You just so happen to get 2 guys that find success and they were able to save their lives and get into rapping and find a stride. But normally that doesn't happen. These guys beat some tremendous odds being successful in hip hop and being able to be a media personality or a rap artist like Lil Baby, both rap artists, but of course Lil Baby is the prime rap artist in this conversation and Joe Budden is the media personality. This shit is real. It's not funny. It's not something to rug sweep. It's another thing that cripples artists in the music game and always has. The lack of knowledge, another situation that's weaponized against them to go broke, to not be able to put out more albums and continue on their career. It's just another gut-wrenching, fucked up scenario that is run amok in this industry, and that's commonplace for black artists and musicians. Yes, sir. School to Prison Pipeline. It's real. Get your kids that book so they can read that book, written by Dominique Maruso. Get that book and read about it and read more up on it because it's real. You don't want to be like these 2 guys talking about, man, they should put that in the deal. This is something that should come with the deal. This is your responsibility as a U.S. citizen to pay your taxes. The man who is signing you to a deal, he's not finna tell you nothing about that shit. He has nothing to do with that shit, period. That's just what it is. So learn from these guys. Know that when you're making money in any setting that's legal in the United States, that you gotta pay taxes on it. Niggas coming to this game from the streets. They've been dealing drugs and all that shit their whole life. Alright, I too am a byproduct of that. I smartened up when I began to get my education and get a degree and then learn how to run a legal business. But these guys come from the streets, jump right into music, and they think the money is just like the streets. Show money, get it, put it in your pocket. Money from songs, get it, put it in your pocket, go spend it, go buy some chains, go buy some cars. No, sir. You're setting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up for something devastating. And when it comes to the IRS, they take everything. They take everything of value. All right. Case in point to study, look at Red Fox. Look him up and look at how the last years of his life kind of played out after the Sanford and Son show, and when he began to have a lot of tax issues. Tax folks was coming to his crib, taking everything. Brought the movers, brought the trucks to take the cars, took everything. It's not a game. And this is another issue that needs to be confronted and addressed and brought to the attention in the Black and Latino community, because they're the ones that are taking the hits from the lack of knowledge, because they're the ones that don't get to graduate from high school because of some crooked ass system that they were inside of, or some piece of shit teacher, you know, or some dick neck principal that wants to be a top shot or whatever and kick these guys out of school. I'm a byproduct of it, so I can speak on it well. Get your knowledge up. And also keep in mind that this is another negative aspect when it comes to signing a deal, all right? They're not gonna, your manager, none of the people in the equation are gonna take the time out to really give you the tools that you need. They just gonna make money off of you. They're gonna sit back and count their percentage every time it comes in. Is this what you wanna do? Like, do you wanna go sign a deal and be in this kind of predicament? Lil Baby was cool for the simple fact that he saved his money. He don't spend it like that. But what about all the other rappers? What about all the other guys signed? Is that the path you want to be on? Because you could be independent and then all that's on you, and you'll find yourself educating yourself throughout the process. Yeah, it's going to take more legwork and more time to get there, but there's a lot less liability. What do you want to do? Where do you see yourself? If you want to be independent, click that link down in the description. Sign up for that Group 82 course, How to Market My Music on Social Media. So you can do things the right way and be independent, make all the money, and learn all the lessons on your own. I mean, let's face it, signing a deal is just, could be some dangerous shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest about it. So how do you see yourself? If you want more information about independence, click that link down in the description and jump aboard and get that knowledge and understand what it really means to be independent. Hey, I appreciate y'all stopping by once again. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. Omega Classic Records is the page and the name. Omega, none rhymes greater. I'm out, all right? Be easy, speak easy, and happy Memorial Day. All right, coming up soon. All right, I'm out. Peace.